best can you describe it?
Well, it's a democracy in the breach. On the one hand, we're thankful. We have to start with gratitude and say we're not a militarized zone anymore. But it's a democracy that has delivered below expectation, and so the expectation gap is unbelievable. And we see it even sharper these days in the country with the 2023 elections, the disappointment about the fact that our political system did not really perform up to par in the eyes of the citizens, and then the fact that governance itself is completely eroded in the absence of the right frameworks and right institutions that enable for good governance, and in fact, even more important, the right processes that underpin democracy. And so you see this deep disappointment, acute disappointment, and it's been on now and has to be dealt with. As I said in my speech, we either go the path of an unmanaged massive chaos, or we go the path of a managed chaos, because we already have chaos on our hands. The fact that our economics, our insecurity, our politics are colliding in ways that are creating disequilibrium in the system tells us that we must do something, and it is fiercely urgent to fix what is wrong with us. And fundamentally, what is wrong with us is that we've never had a democracy by the people, for the people, of the people in this country. We now need to use the opportunity to convene a very sovereign national conversation. And we can do that. The National Assembly has the possibility of doing that by amending, forget about all of these, what I call the majoring in the minors. Just go straight to one single issue amendment of the Constitution to enable us have a constitutional process that is people-led, that is people-centered, that enables us to have the kind of tough conversations that a people that come from a diversity of thoughts, orientations, and ethnicity, and value, and religion, and all kinds of other primordial things. The kind of tough conversation that we need to have in this country, allow us have it. The people of Nigeria love Nigeria. There's no Nigerian that except for the ill-intended ones, that would want a Nigeria that disintegrates. They want a Nigeria that works. A Nigeria that works will be a Nigeria that, on the basis of what we know of constitutionalism, enables the people to drive the process of determining our shared values, our national vision, and our agreed common identity. When we have that, the whole structural imbalance, we're dealing with structural imbalance, political structural imbalance, economic structural imbalance, social structural imbalance, imbalances all the way. You can end this by immediately seeing the urgency that we need to actually have a conversation that is people-centered, led by the people, but supported by the ones who hold the reign of office at the moment.
Okay, 25 years of democracy, how about the country feel?
I said it. I said that I've already said it. Is it the macroeconomic indicators you want to see? If you're dealing with above 30% inflation, on almost a consistent basis now, or you're dealing with unemployment that that is so high, in the right methodology of unemployment, you would find that the national average would be something like 33%. That is what is useful as a measure for the country, or the fact that the youthful segment of your society are excluded from the whole economic productivity template of your country. So you have more than 60% of them jobless, or is it the fact that you have more millions of people that are food insecure? Even the middle class now in Nigeria cry about food prices, or is it the fact that the dignity of the human life is gone, massively eroded, and that value for life is now zero or below zero? So all of these indicators, or our Human Development Index that is at 4 out of a possible 10, or is it per capita income that is now below $2,000, after having been up to $3,100 and so in just about by the time of the 2007, 2014, we had, a trend for the national GDP per capita of our people. And you know what it measures? It measures the living standard of society. If that has massively declined and we're in this situation, so your insecurity, your economic depression, you have your social brittleness, there is no cohesion, there is too much of fractious conversation, if there is a conversation at all. You have political capture of by the political class. The state does not respond to its role as the governance system. When you have that, what kind of performance score would you give to your country? So we do have serious problem, and I can see that if we don't address it with the fiercest urgency, we're walking ourselves into a massive unmanaged chaos.
That's 6 years tenure.